we went between and we've come out, and I'm still feeling movement. We're still moving. I'm not sure if we're moving. I think we're moving through a planet. What I can tell you is I've been cloaked so that my energy signature is not readable for wherever we're going. And there's dragons flanking us, which is intriguing. That happened last month, too, when we went to the Reptilian ship. I haven't been told anything more yet. So here we go. I'm still moving. I am still... I think we're going through a wormhole, aren't we, Gilly? Yes. Are we going into another galaxy again? Yes. Okay. This is another long wormhole. Stargates are so much easier because it's poof and you're there. Still going through the wormhole, still moving. For those who haven't heard me say this before, I can literally hear air going past. Like I hear the vibration of it, and my body's moving like it's flying. So that's the other thing I can tell you to help clarify this. Whew. Okay. We are out in space. And the other dragons have just popped out of the wormhole too. So, I'm seeing a ship. The ship just flew into the coordinates of where we are. Okay. But, Gilly, we're not going to the ship. No. Are we waiting for a shuttle? Yes. Okay. Okay. But how does this work? Now, my frequency pattern has been cloaked, but what about all of you? Can't your frequency patterns be registered? No. Do you have your own cloaking device? No. Our consciousness fields are different, so they're not registered on the radar the same as you would be. We are just a space object. Hard to think of a dragon as a space object, isn't it, Mark?
Ironic.
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. There's a density in front of us. I feel this density in this. It's like a darker black than space, if that makes any sense to anybody. It's a dark black object. And a cargo hold door is opening. And we're going in. But wait. The other dragons aren't going to fit. Are they? No. So where are they going? They will hold the field. They are here to triangulate. Remember, Karen, they can flip and leave when they need to. They can go between. Okay. All right, you guys stay safe. All right. We are in the cargo hold. And for anyone listening who maybe hasn't heard other shows, normally the dragons don't come with us. So when we go into a shuttle and a cargo hold, and it's Gilly, who's a very large golden dragon, and we had at least 5 other dragons with us. So there's no way they can fit in this. They can fit in a spaceship cargo hold, which they did last month. So normally it's just us. We go in the cargo hold. I wouldn't think twice about the dragons because they're not with us. So that's what's different this month. Okay. Doors closing. Lights! Galilee's here. Hello, Galilee. So good to see you. Carrie and Willem are here as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you all. Thank you. Ambassador. Namaste, Karen and Mark. This is the ambassador of the group that we work with at the Andromeda Council. We've never gotten a last name for you. No, you haven't. And it might make it easier if I tell you that my name is Ambassador Kassandr. Kassandr. And is that spelled with a C or a K? K. K-A-S-S-A-N-D. Kassandr. D-R. Is it D-E-R or D-R? It's just D-R. Kassandr. Thank you so much, Ambassador Kassandr. It's so good to see you again. Are we on another spy mission? We are. Yeah. This pattern's getting a little familiar now. Yes. We are cloaked. You are cloaked. All is well. And what is that ship out there that we're seeing? It's one of the Green Reptilian ships. Okay. And what are we spying on this time? We found out they're having a meeting, and we want to know who all is going to this meeting. It's a meeting with beings from Earth and several other planets, all from the Milky Way galaxy. Excuse me. And we're not in the Milky Way galaxy right now, are we? No. You are not. Is this the Andromeda Council of the Andromeda Galaxy? No, Karen, it isn't. All right. I don't think they're saying it's not necessary to know which one. Okay. All right. But it must be pretty far away because that was a long wormhole. Okay, so are we getting closer? Are we hanging here? We don't dare go closer. It's too dangerous. Okay. Right now, we are cloaked by some debris and a nebula in this field. So we are staying within that so that our density cannot be seen or suspected. Got it. Okay. That makes sense to me. All right. So we get to sit and wait? We do. Can you give us any update from last month and what happened after the meeting? We found out that the frequency devices were working. Have they discovered any more hybrid super soldiers hanging out anywhere, or have they been able to get rid of all of those deep underground bases that you guys were concerned about? We are still uncovering bases. They're still out there. However, we've been able to neutralize all of them with this technique that Commander Zillian's groups have developed. Excellent. That is great to know. And what about the assembly that we were in and the beings that were teleported out of the room that were spies? What's happening with all of them? They are being held as prisoners No, Karen, they are not being held at the bases. Commander Zillion is being very, very wise about the bases. He will not take any beings there that could send a signal back and expose those bases. That is the last thing any of us want. He will only take beings there that he knows 100% without a doubt they have cleared every single test, and he puts them through rigorous tests. They're the only ones allowed to go to those bases. Wow, Mark, I feel really honored that we were allowed to go to one of them. Yes,
now,
he trusts you.
Now, Ambassador Kassandr, what about countering the technologies that they have used against the public, such as through the vaccines and others here on Earth, against sovereign right and freedom?
There are ships that are helping with that. We have our Syrian and Palladian friends who are helping you with those situations. However, Mark, you have to remember that there's a free choice on Earth. And people are lining up for those vaccines. It's what they want to feel safe. What we can tell you is that when you all pray, especially the two of you and anyone else prays to neutralize the field, we are able to intervene. So the more that ask for the highest and greatest good, the more that pray for their health and well-being, we can assist in altering vibrations. However, I can tell you that's not being done on a large scale. What's being monitored is the intent. As we had shown you before, there was an intent to send a frequency that would be harmful. We can assist with that we cannot assist on the planet at this time. It is up to humanity to create something different. And you are educating people to let them know they have the potential and the capability to change the field. Humanity needs to know how to change the field, how to create a different vibratory pattern that they connect with and their consciousness aligns with. It is a wake-up exercise, and we cannot do it for you. That's the problem with humanity. They keep looking outside of themselves. And until you realize it's inside, you're not going to be sovereign and free. To follow up on Mark's comment then, what about those of us like Mark and I, and probably a lot of people listening to this, who have stated our desire and our demand to be sovereign beings, to have our freedom? You are creating the necessary field for that to happen in. That's where it's valuable and important that you continue to do that. That's the field that will maintain your vibrancy and your health and your well-being. That's where you all need to put your focus right now, not on outside resources. Be the thought process that changes your neurology and your field. Yes, Mark.
And then there are
Go ahead, Mark.
loved ones. Yeah. And then there are loved ones that are in place for the past.
Mark, you're going in and out again.
Healthcare
I'm
field,
sorry.
where they're being forced to work in order to be able to see their family members.
You're cutting in and out. I think what you're saying is, what about the people who were forced to take this? I'm going to be careful about how often we use that word, actually, now that we're on YouTube. Take this procedure and we can call it a jab for their work. Is that what you're asking?
Along that idea, or like the in placement. Like, as you know, my son is in placement, and sometimes families are forced to do things because they are in placement, because they are within the system, and they don't physically live with the family, although the family does watch over them from slight distance, if you want to know what I mean, as guardians and so forth. Tricky situation. But he's on medications I don't want him to be on. You know what I mean?
Commander is nodding to Galilee to answer this question while he goes to handle some other issues. He's monitoring the ships coming in. So, Galilee. Yes, Mark, we understand your concern there. And again, what there is to remember for everyone listening, especially the two of you, you have the ability to neutralize substances. Pray over them and ask that the body receives the greatest good from them and neutralizes anything else. And hold that field. Just see anything harmful dissolve. That's what there is to do. That's what you're doing for the planet. That's what you do for your son. And know, without a doubt, know that will work. It's the doubt that keeps breaking up the frequency patterns that you create. So when you create with a certainty, it will align. Know that he is getting the greatest good from everything he's taken. Just send those waves of love to it and that high vibrational light. We could say send the light to it. It's the same concept, but some people might hear that easier than sending love. Send light energy. Send creation light energy. This is what you know to do. And when you send that creation energy to create his greatest good, that will shift everything. That will shift everything. So,
as your guide, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's get to what we came for. What are we noticing? There are ships coming. I'm starting to see that we can see ships coming. We're moving to an observation area. And sorry everyone, I'm yawning. This is a different frequency pattern than I'm used to in our galaxy, so it's a little harder for me to vibrate here. And that's what the yawning is. It keeps shifting my vibration. Okay, so here is, there's ships. Galilee, help us out here. What is this? What is the biggest issue in all of this right now? Is it the countries on Earth that are coming here? Is it the people who are coming? Is it the reason they're coming? What are we concerned about? What is the bottom line of what we're trying to uncover here? All right. What we can share with you at this point, and we can't share all of it, is that there are contingents that we are suspect are working with the Dracos to get information for them. And they're coming here. That's right, this is another galaxy. I thought that they couldn't get out of our galaxy. They're sending others for them that are allowed to get out of the galaxy. There's the catch that we're working towards. Okay. All right. That's making more sense. Because isn't there still a boundary? Didn't the Guardians put up a boundary so that they can't get out of our galaxy? Is it the Milky Way galaxy or is it the universe that they put the boundary? It's the galaxy. But what about these wormholes? Well, they can come through these wormholes, Karen. Or they take the ships. There's different ways. They can go through the Stargate that's outside of Jupiter. Oh, no, was it Jupiter or Uranus? It's Uranus. Uranus is the one with the supergate. Or is it Jupiter that has the supergate? It's Uranus that has the supergate. Okay, so that's how they would get out of the Milky Way galaxy. Yes. But now why can't the Dracos get out from there too? Their frequency pattern is stopped. Interesting.
Wow. I have a question as far as those that go through that, say from the Earth. Is the Space Force or the Earth Alliance notified of who goes through so that they can keep a closer eye on them if they were return?
That is the intent for the Space Force. Yes. Remember, you've already got different fleets and groups and organizations who have been doing this for decades. So they are kind of in command right now. The Guardians put up the boundaries that all of the fleets are held accountable by. And the fleets can still, there's certain beings that can still go in and out. Like we can get in and out. We were able to shuttle here. Okay. And no Dracos can slip out if need be. Their ships have a different decoding device. Think about it. Think about their environment that they have to live in. It's a different energetic pattern that we can easily spot. Now, if they were able to get themselves in a stasis chamber and do something on that nature and hide their frequency pattern, which, remember, that's something we worked on with the hybrids. They were putting them in those crates and they were scrambling the frequency pattern so we didn't know that they were in those crates. So they do have technology like that. But if any have escaped, it's very, very few. Very few. Okay. And they've been stopped to bring ships in. So it would be a onesie, twosie if they escape, like one person here, two Draco there. It would not be a mass group because the ships can be spotted much easier. Okay? So we're looking for who is here at this meeting that would be taking information back to the Dracos to assist them in their intent of harm on Earth. Yes. To assist their missions. Gotcha. Okay. Everyone, I can tell you, I'm seeing all these ships go in and out, but I'm not, that's about it. They're arriving and they're going into the cargo hold. How will we really know who's in those ships? I mean, you have the ship, but how do we know who is here? No, I'm not getting an answer. Wait. There. Okay, Galilee, I'm not understanding the image that you're showing me. How do we know who's in the ship? Are we using that frequency device? Yes. So there's Andromeda Council double agents, Karen, that are in there. Aha. And they will be sending back a signal code. How safely can they do that? They're using one of the new techniques from Commander Zillian's group. Okay. The one where they change the thought process? Yes. Okay. Huh. We're just waiting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, dead air is not good on a show. So, all right. Let's get some more intel about this. So, seeing images of like the Andromeda Council reps are in there. They're meeting all the beings, and they're storing. I'm seeing their brain. They're storing this information in their brain. Yes, it's being downloaded into a camera. It's like all the images are being downloaded to a camera, a chip that's in there, in their system. And we're recording the dialogue that they're having. Wow. And they won't scan for anything like this? Yes, they will. That's why we have to get this information now, because they have a device. Once we have the information, we will dissolve that chip. It'll be deactivated. Wait, dissolved or deactivated? Deactivated. And the signature of it will be deleted. So if it's the signature is deleted and it's decoded, does that make it so their machines can't detect it? Correct. Wow, that's a pretty cool technology. I would think if the chip was there, they could scan the body and they could see the chip. It is designed in such a way that it just looks like cellular structure. way cool. Very cool. So will it just go into their system and come out as waste? Yes, exactly. Huh.
So this kind of reminds me of the biosynthetic technology which the dark have used here on Earth, and I'm sure elsewhere.
Yes, exactly, Mark. It's a similar technology, and we all use it. We just try to keep ahead and have it be even more undiscoverable. Now, there's the advantage again of working with Commander Zillian's group. He understands what the Reptilians use in their scanning devices, so he knows that technology, and he can tell us how to counter it. Very great. And are they evolving beyond what Commander Zillian would know anymore? Because he's been out of he has not been working with them for a long time. Remember that he has telepathy. They have telepathy with each other, so he can uncover it that way. But more importantly, he is continually getting new people in his bases, and they have been working recently with the Green Reptilians, and they know what's being used. So he's continually getting a supply of new information. Way to go, Commander Zillian. That's excellent. Yes, it is. Okay, so I see Commander Kassandr, and he is like leaning over this monitor with intensity. He's intense. I don't even think he hears what we're saying. And there's images. It's like I can see what I can see on the monitor, because he's covering a lot of it. It's almost like a graph, and it's like the needle is moving on the graph. Oh, it just spiked really high. What am I looking at, Galilee? Is this a speech pattern? Is this a vision pattern? What is this graph monitoring? There's two different graphs. You can't see the one, Karen. One of them is monitoring vision and one's monitoring speech. And we will take the information that's coming. This needle value can then be put into, like the speech graph will then be translated into speech, and you'll see words once it's translated. The vision will translate into images, and we'll see images. And we'll be able to determine who's who and what's going on. Now, it looks like I'm getting an image that this person is in a reception. It's like a big, huge reception that people are meeting, and it's sort of a cocktail reception, right? That would be the best way to describe it. And remember, though, that each of these people are in their biofilm. They are in that shrink wrap film, you like to call it, but it's a biofilm. And it aligns with the needs of their body and what they need. So they wouldn't be drinking and eating per se. That they're all needing different foods. But it is sort of a cocktail hour and they are all walking around talking to each other, getting to know each other. It seems that some of them know each other and some don't, and yes, that would be accurate. How am I seeing this so clearly? Are we also getting that from her? Is that telepathically being sent to us? Yes. Yes, you're getting the image that she is sending. Okay. I can't tell, guys, if I'm looking at a monitor where I'm seeing these images so strongly. Galilee, is there... I'm not seeing a monitor in this ship. How do I see this so clearly? It's like I'm there. We are getting... We have an ability, a chip in us that allows them to send it to us so we can see their images, and I'm projecting it to you. Got it. I don't have a chip, do I? No. But you have telepathic abilities with us, so you can see what we show you. So neat. So neat. I'm so honored. Thank you. I only show you what you need to know, nothing else. I'm glad you can control that. I'm very happy you can control that. Okay, excellent. So what do we need to know next? They're starting to move out of this assembly area. She is holding back. Aha. Some of them are starting to go, so they're going to the meeting. And this is all happening in the cargo hold, isn't it? It's an area off of the cargo hold. Yes. So they're going, I see them like going up these, like this monorail up into something else, which we've done. So yes, they will be going through the scanners when they get to the top of those steps. Got it. Then she knows she can't do that. Correct. So she is looking around and talking as much as she can. Yes, but she will soon need to go, so she is not, there's no suspicion that she waited till last to go. Okay. She's introducing herself to someone else, I see now. And Andromeda Cassandra said, we've got it. We've got it. She got them all. Excellent job. Excellent. She's smiling and saying, well, we better get to the meeting. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So who hits the switch that has it dissolve? I just did, Commander Cassandra is saying. All right. Excellent. So she's safe. She'll get into the meeting with no problem. We're going to keep watching and make sure. What would we do for her? We can't teleport her, can we? Can we teleport on this shuttle? Yes, we can, but we'd have to uncloak. So we'd have to get out of here very quickly. Okay. Okay. Is it best for her to stay at the meeting? Yes. Yes. We don't want to lose this agent. Now, what makes somebody want to do this? This is certainly a dangerous mission. She has reptilian blood in her. And from what happened, her mother was experimented on, and she was a result of the experiments. And this is her way of taking control back of her life. This is her way of stopping that from happening to anyone else. Got it. So she's between worlds. Yes. And that's how she lives, between worlds. She lives in both of them. Which is really the only way she's going to survive, isn't it? Yes, really. Although with the Andromeda Council, we have others. So that's why she feels comfortable. But she doesn't know where she really fits in. And by doing both of these, by living in both worlds, she fits. She knows how to use both aspects of herself. Okay, well, it looks like the last, we're not seeing the cargo hold anymore. So she's gone. She's through. All is well. Excellent. Wow. Okay. Now what do we do? Oh, the shuttle's moving. What about the dragons? They know it's time to leave. Now, help us out here. Again, I think we were told this the last time when you wanted the dragons there to help triangulate energy. Yes. Is that what they were doing for the shuttle now? Yes. They have a way to telepathically send signals. And those signals will scramble anybody trying to find our shuttle. And so when we do these dangerous missions, we ask the dragons to come with you so that the signal gets scrambled. It's a way to keep you safe and us safe. So we're especially concerned about you since you're here virtually. And it's important that you are able to get back. So they assist in maintaining the frequency for you and keeping you safe. Fascinating. Fascinating.
I love the thoroughness of everything that you do.
He's bowing and saying, I second that, Mark. Thank you.
Now, the one question I have is, because I know I'm aware of how, in some aspects, how they use the biosynthetic organism in a more of an etheric state as like an implant. It's more like an insectoid type experience that many people on the planet, especially the light workers and so forth, aren't even aware of. What can be done to counter them and destroy those type of implants that are prevalent here on Earth, and as well as I'm sure they use it in other planets?
Yes, they have been putting a lot of those implants in people on Earth as experiments and to follow them. And those that we can, we've neutralized. When beings ask for that, that is a request that they can ask for to neutralize and reprogram these implants. We've also given a lot of information to many different people of how to release yourself and free yourself from those implants. So there's been a lot of information. It's Carrie is saying that is one of the things that our meditation group works with. We work with people who have the implants, and we work to reprogram them, or help them release their hold on them. So that is something that has been worked on and is being worked on. Okay, I have to tell everybody what's happened. The shuttle went into hyperdrive, and we are now inside of a cargo hold on a ship. So, what happened? When you were asking your question, Mark, I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're here, and we are getting out of the ship. Oh, Gilly is stretching. It was pretty cramped. Okay. Thank you, Gilly. Someone's coming to take care of her. All right? And come, Commander Kassandr is very intent in this. He's bolting in front of us and ahead of us. All right. So we're walking up the ramp, and we're leaving the cargo hold, and we are headed to a conference. We're in a conference room. And the commander is putting the information into a device. And there's a monitor. So everybody, I'm seeing words up on the screen. But it's another language. I can't understand a thing of what it says. It's even harder than Greek to look at. There's symbols here that I'm clueless about. So is this a reptilian language? Oh, there's multiple languages in this, Karen. Multiple. Do you know what it says? Some of it. We know some of it. It's going through a translator right now. Okay. Okay. And we haven't gotten to the images yet. Oh, there's paper shooting out. And Commander is handing out these papers. Okay, so this is just verbiage that has been said. Karen, we're looking for anything that could give us insights as to what they're doing. And this is what we suspected. This is more about frequency devices and how to use them to affect planets and people and beings on them. This is a meeting to look at how to gain control on the different planets that were represented there today. That's what we suspected. And they are aware that we have been able to scramble the frequency patterns that they have been trying to send back to Earth and other countries, and other worlds. So they are looking for a way around it. We have to be very, very careful about this, because if we go after what they have determined today in this meeting, and actually, we'll know a little bit more after the meeting when she reports back, we can't act immediately, or they'll know that there's a spy in their meetings. And that's the tricky part of all of this. We have to work on things, but if we counter something immediately, then then they know that the information has leaked. However, there are a lot of possible beings that could be leaking this, so she's somewhat protected in that right. And the conversations that we're reading here, they're all looking at the paper, reviewing everything that they can see and what's going on. Commander's saying, I'm just waiting for more intel here, guys. As they're reading and looking at the documents, this is what we suspected. Good. Then we know what's going on. That's important. We already know what they're attempting to alter. There are many ways that they can affect vibration on a planet, and they're looking at all of them. So that's what we need to do as well, is look at all of them. Okay.
How have they attempted to use the satellites that are in orbit around the Earth and other planets? And then how do the Andromeda Council work with those satellites so that they don't cause harm or whatever it is that you need to do, alter the programming or what have you?
Yes, Mark, that is one of the ways that they are. If they send feed to the satellite, that sends feed to the planet. So they can, what you would consider back end, the computer in the satellite. They have a back end approach for the satellites. It is something that we have been working on to block the back end. So in other words, you think of it this way. Think of it as the blockchain technology that's being developed on your planet. Because it goes block to block to block and it's compartmentalized, it keeps it from being able to be looked at from other angles because it's all in a block and it's compartmentalized. And you can't pull a whole thread of information at once. It's compartmentalized. So that's what we're working on doing with the satellites, is compartmentalizing them so they cannot get a whole feed or a whole thread of information. It breaks it up, sort of a scrambling technique. So that's helping to some degree. We're aware of that. What this is showing us is all the different ways they're attempting to do it at this time. We were aware of most of these. There are two here that I was not aware of. Galilee is shaking his head, and you're in alignment with that? Yes. Yes. Okay. So how do we support this? What do we do to support what you've uncovered today? First of all, be aware that this is happening. Be diligent about the frequencies that you put up. We would like to ask you to add a tool to your meditations. When you do your meditations, send up a field of energy to surround the planet that allows light and love energies to flow through, but scrambles harm. Create your own barrier like the Guardians did. Light and love can go through. Harm is scrambled. Create those kind of fields. You can do it around yourself. You can do it around organizations, institutions, businesses. Mark, you can do it around your sun. You can do it for the planet. You can do it for the satellites. Create a field around them that allows energy that is for the greater good to flow through. Energy that is to harm the greater good is scrambled and dissolved. That's what there is to do. Know that they're trying to hit vibrations everywhere. So the more that you can be diligent about this, and the more that you can educate others about this and create these fields, because remember, the mass consciousness makes all the difference in the world. Yes, we are working from our angle, but again, we can only support you as much as you ask to the vibrational pattern in which you ask for it. So keep asking. Keep sending out these signals and add this other prayer request or tool, whatever you want to call it, to your daily work. It will make a difference and it matters. So, Commander Kassandr, we keep hearing that that evil has lost its power, that the men behind the curtains, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, they have lost their power. And that the good guys are winning. Is that the vibration that you all feel on the planet? Is that accurate? It is accurate, Karen. We've tipped the scales. We've tipped the scales. Yes, they're fighting. What's that saying on your planet? King Kong holding on to his last banana kind of thing. It's they're fighting tooth or nail for that last banana. But the scales have changed, and they're in the favor of light and love. They're in the favor of sovereignty on your planet and beautiful Earth ascension process. That is what we've promised. That is what we are continuing to support. And that is the mission and the purpose for these meetings. Excellent. We thank you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And we will put this into our prayers. Thank you for this new technology thought process that we can create and get flowing on the planet to support us. So basically, too, Mark, I'm thinking we can use this for 5G. Right. We can put this kind of a field. Let me finish. We can put this kind of field. We can put this kind of field around HARP. We can put this kind of field around CERN. We can put this kind of field around all nukes. We can put this field around bioengineering devices. This is an expansive thought. We can keep creating around this, around the satellites. Yes, Karen, that's it. Keep going along those lines. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
So, Karen, I'm thinking after this recording, maybe tomorrow, you and I can maybe write out some type of a plan to creating a meditation or meditations or something that we can then distribute. So you and I will have to sit down and discuss that later.
Actually, Mark, remember we talked about you doing a meditation that we could post on the channel? That could be that would be a brilliant one to do. You talk about how to do this and create that field. All right. That would be great.
You and I can you and I can talk about that, and we'll get it done.
Yes, perfect. All right, excellent. Anything else that you all have for us today to share? Terry is saying, Karen, in your meditations, it is very important to keep that up on a more regular basis. Yeah, I've been slacking. You have been slacking. And I want to remind you to do that daily in your light and love meditation, the mass meditation effect. And for anyone listening to check that out, it is so critical. We assist with that, and there's so many beings that assist you with mass meditations. So please keep focusing on mass meditations, calling all of us in to support what you are sending out prayers for. And when you put together this meditation for creating the fields that will scramble harm, keep doing that. Keep asking for the groups to come in. And anyone who hasn't seen it, check out Karen's December 2020 mass meditation technique. It's very, very important that you all continue that. It's helping with these situations and many others. I appreciate that, Corey. Thank you for explaining it, and thank you for, promoting it is the only other word I can, pointing people in that direction. Thank you very, very much. All right. Is there anything
Thank you very much,
else?
all of you. Thank you all. We love and appreciate all of you, and we'll get to.
Oh, Mark, I lost you. I don't know what just happened.
We'll get it done on our end.
Okay.
Yes,
we will. When we're sending love and light and a field of safety and protection that is the safest for our Andromeda Council friend in this meeting, we wish the best for her and all of those that are out on the front lines, putting their lives in danger to bring back this information. We honor you, we thank you, we praise you, and we so greatly appreciate you and all that the Andromeda Council does. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. The commander is saying, thank you all. I'm going to stay and work with this. Galilee and Curry, I would ask you and Willem to stay with me. Galilee, if you'll escort Karen back. Thank you. Namaste. All right, Galilee is taking me back out to the ship. And as we're walking down, I want to let everyone know that you can find my information if you click through to my website. You will find Mark's information in the show notes of how to work with us. And please, as Harry was saying, please listen to the mass meditation technique. You can use that same meditation every day or tweak it. Create your own. But the whole idea is to bring in all the higher selves of benevolent beings to support you. And that's when you get millions of beings of light and love energy sourcing your prayers. It's so much more powerful. It is the mass meditation technique that shifts energy in cities, and it will shift energy on the planet. It is what will shift energy of everything that's happening right now towards the light web and away from the dark web, towards ascension and away from the dark ages of 3D. So what we need to tell you. You can sign up for my newsletters on my website, and you'll get MailChimp newsletters, which will give you updates of what's happening with the show. They're going to usually be once a month. They were twice this month because of just updating show information. So just know that. And I am there's opportunities to contribute for this work that we do on my website, and there's also an opportunity to sign up under Patreon for the work, with more opportunities to come there in the future. So, lots happening. Thank you all for being here. We so greatly value you and appreciate you. And please send out those mass meditation prayers. Galilee, thank you. Namaste. I'm getting a hug. I'm back at Gili. So we will see you all next month. Thank you, Galilee. Namaste. Goodbye for now.
Namaste. Thank you, Galilee. Thank you all. Angeli.